So let's stay on that same year, '96. So that's the same year that MacDre was working on the Rompilation one, right?
Yep. Uh-huh.
Okay.
And I remember I didn't know MacDre. I didn't know him. He got out of jail. People told him about me because at this time, my studio was getting well known because there wasn't any studios here in the Bay Area that would charge what I charged and give you the same professional sound. From there, when I worked with In Too Deep, they basically told E-40 about me. That's how he heard about me. He came to my studio, wanting studio time, wanting to work with me, and I said, sure. You know, when I heard him rap, I said, man, he's off beat. But hey, that's just a different kind of music, and that was his style, and that's why he's unique, because his style was so different. He wasn't like anybody, and it was new to me because I never heard it like that before. And he's a genius to come up with his own style. Studio tone, came up with the mob music, so that was a perfect match right there. And I worked with him on a few albums and that they did in my studio. JT, theBiggaFigga, I work with a whole bunch of people. But back on the MacDre situation, he heard about me. He came to the studio, wanted to do the Rompilation. He wanted me to produce a few tracks. I did that, and it was a success. And then I did Rompilation 2. That did pretty good. And then I can't remember exact dates of the Stupid Doodle Dumb record. But he wanted me to do other things, but I was busy with No Limit. I was busy with a lot of people in the Bay. So I really didn't concentrate just on one act. I was just so busy doing everybody's stuff. But I remember he said, man, I just want you and Funk Daddy to do this album. Funk Daddy was from Seattle. He a producer from Seattle. He did half the album, and I did half the album. I think Johnny Z did one song, but yeah, I did the main cut, Stupid Doodle Dumb, which is one of my favorite songs to date. Yeah, but MacDre was a character, man. He would crack on you, and he cracked on you out of respect. If he cracked on you, that means he liked you. If he didn't crack on you or say nothing funny to you, he didn't like you. He would crack on me all the time, man. I'd laugh because you can't crack back on him because he's gonna come back harder on you. So I really missed that about him being him around, and we were actually gonna maybe work on Stupid Doodle Dumb number 2. He called me about it right before he passed away, and we never got a chance to do the number 2.
Rest in peace to Dre.
Yes, sir.
You brought up JT, theBiggaFigga.
Mm-hmm.
What happened with the situation with JT where his equipment got stolen?
He had called me one day. He said, man, somebody got into my unit. He was in a Victorian in San Francisco. His studio was, I think, on the bottom floor. A Victoria home, you know, one of those old Victorians. And you know how then you can go in the first floor, and then you can go all the way upstairs or whatever, because they had different doors. And I guess somebody broke in his place, stole all his equipment, took everything. And he called me and said, man, they stole all my stuff. I got to finish this record, man. Kalu, I can't pay you, but I got a mic. If you can take this mic for payment, man, I would appreciate it. So he came to my studio, bought me the mic. It was a, what was it, a C12, AKG C12. I still got that mic today. And I like JT. I didn't really do it for the mic, I did it for him because he was a good dude, man. He still is a good dude to me. You know, I really had no funk with nobody. I've always been a mellow dude. You know, I treat people how I want to be treated. Never really had no favoritism with studio time. And I just always was a straight dude, you know. And anybody say anything bad about me, they got a problem. But I helped JT. I helped him record his record. I'm quite sure he remembered that. And I did it out of love, you know. But I still got that mic. Yeah.
That's a great story.
Oh, yeah.
So on a side note, I noticed a common theme with, you know, your past experiences with these artists, or you know what, I'll call them these humans, because at the end of the day, we're just all people. And
of course.
it seems like you're willing to I don't want to say do the work for free, but you seem to see something in people to where you're willing to, let Master P paint the house or let JT give you the mic, but you're still willing to do the work for those people. Would you say that situations like that, doing that type of free work for people ultimately paves a better way for the future for whoever's doing that type of work?
Most definitely, man. It's if you sometimes think of things out of your heart, it's gonna come back on you, And I've been very blessed to be in my position of who I am and where I come from, my family support, and all that comes from me being brought up the way I was brought up. It's not sometimes all about money, even though I have to be paid to support myself. It's not all about that. If you put yourself in a position to win, no matter what, you're gonna win. And sometimes people get all caught up on how much they're gonna get paid for this, but you just gotta think of the big picture. I didn't know MasterP was gonna blow up to be that big. I didn't know that. I didn't know, JT was gonna be that big. It's just that's how I felt. But with MasterP, I got rewarded tenfold on what I saved him, what he done for me. I remember one time going down, I gotta go a little bit past the story we'll get to later on. He called me up. He's working with West Side Connection. He wanted me to come to LA and produce the song for them. And I did that, and they ended up, it was called Bangin', and it was like a West Coast song. And I think I was leaving, and he was paying my regular money that he owed me for a track, and they gave me the check, and I was walking off. All right, man, I'll check with you later. Call me. I'll see you soon. And I was gonna go back to Louisiana another time. He said, hold up. I said, what's up? And he started writing another check, right? And then he wrote a check, tore it up, handed it to me. I said, what's this? I looked at it, it's $25,000. And I said, what's this for? He said, for you being you. And man, that touched me, bro. That's just a small token of who this guy was and how generous he was. He was like that with everybody. He was really like, he shared the wealth. It's just depending on what you did with your wealth that he gave you, but he did things like that for me all the time. I'd go down to Louisiana, I'd do, I don't know, 12 to 15 songs. They might use 7 of them, but he paid me for every song, So, yeah, I'm glad God brought us together. I'm glad I met him.
Yeah, I really love to hear stories like that, because you get a sense of like, I don't know if I can call it well-being, but it just feels good to know that you're appreciated outside of the work. Like, I appreciate you as a person. Okay, but let's get back to
Thank you.
some other music stuff.
Okay.
So Run DMC came through here. When was that? And what did you guys record?
What year was that? That was in the early 90s. I think it was 92, 93, I don't know. Sometime after Back to the Hotel by In2 Deep. Okay. Johnny Z produced that song. They came to me to help them get the sound they wanted. And I achieved that because, believe it or not, I recorded that on an 8-track reel-to-reel, I really honed my craft on knowing how to record, how to get the sound, how to get that professional sound with the equipment I had. And their label, Profile Records, by Corey Robbins, he owned Profile Records. Run DMC was on toward the last of their career, and Corey wanted to revitalize them, give them a new spark. So he sent them out here to the Bay Area to work with In2 Deep, because In2 Deep was the latest, hottest act that he had at the time. So he, just by chance, just sent them out here, seeing what we can come up with. And Gerald and Joe, Run DMC, they were with it. They were cool. Jam Mrs. J, God bless his soul, he wasn't cool with it. He was like, what we doing down here, man? It's some bullshit. But he wasn't cool with it. But when I recorded Run DMC, and I saw how 2 people on the mic at the same time, working like one person, oh, it blew me away. Like what you see on TV, them dudes exactly like they just know each other that well. And we didn't really come up with nothing great, nothing happen. Because I guess we didn't have that New York, that New York swag with the music. We just West Coast people, and it never did work. But it was a good experience meeting them guys. They were very professional. They treated us good. But Jam Master Jay was a little bit cocky at the time, and he deserved to be whatever he wanted to be. It just, I can understand why he felt like, oh, they got us down here working with these dudes. Man, they ain't nobody. So that was a great experience. I got that memory just back here somewhere.
Dope.